Night Elf Mirror. Lots of people hate it. I'm a connoisseur of Night Elf Mirrors because it can be so micro-intensive, timing dependent. It's gonna be a great show, I believe. And here it is in the bottom left for Germany, and Raptor Gaming is Spiral. And in the upper right, most beautiful man that ever graced a WarCraft 3 tournament on camera is Sonik. Let's go, let's go, let's go!
And we do see a standard opening here. We saw in WGL, for example, Moon absolutely blowing our minds, playing Podem on Last Refuge. Moon and Foggy, those are the two players that most tend to try to win strategically, try to counter their opponents and stray away from Bear. Mirror play anything but bears, sometimes it seems. But most Night Elves do favor the bears quite a bit. It's hard to say no to them nowadays. With the new patch buff they received not too long ago, they have so much healing capabilities nowadays, and Demon Hunter Bears has always been popular, especially for Sonik, who's been playing it for such a long time. He's gonna do that here as well, and on this map you can creep plenty of camps, get nice high levels, and try to get a big bear army in the end.
Yeah, and you can also go for Zeppelins if you open up that laboratory and then drop your opponent's base, which is oftentimes the most exciting part of a bear mirror, especially when both are going for a Zeppelin. We saw that in the Americas region when Saron as an underdog did great damage to Ark, if I believe. And yeah, Zeppelins and bears, they're just made for each other.
Question is going to be on tier 2. Which hero are we going to see? Normally it's going to be a Keeper or a Naga. Well, it should certainly be one of the two. One more mid-game tempo focus, that being the Naga, one stronger in the late game with the Keeper. It's going to be important here to get strong upgrades and strong auras potentially in the late game if we do get there. But of course Sonik will oftentimes try to be a little more aggressive than that before we get to the ultra late game.
And he also likes to pimp his Demon Hunter quite a bit with circlets. On some Amazonia maps, we've seen him with 3 bought circlets from the shop. But Spiral, like, hey man, I like to wear that on my head as well. I like to look fancy from time to time. And he steals that first one, but Sonik counters, so the Demon Hunter once again meet each other on even footing.
Everything here being perfectly even so far. Sonik didn't go for a dust, surprisingly, so he can't kill the archers at the moment. He sent a wisp to the lab, but that one got killed, unfortunately. But he's got a second wisp at his own lab, so I guess he doesn't even need that dust. But reveal might be a bit expensive. Demon Hunters here trading hit points, and Spiral is going to have to fall back. No RNG. Too much at the moment. No evasion yet here available.
Exactly. I mean, there's a big damage variety, I think. Oh, Sonik maybe coming in with the block here. Will this result in an archer kill, though? Looks like it. The idea was sweet, but in the end, he's the one who suffers. Spiral getting a lot closer to level 2 here. That block didn't work out too well either. So I guess the early game goes to the German.
Ooh. Oh, might be a TP forced. Yes, indeed. Archer for a TP. I'd say that is better for Sonik, especially with the aforementioned bear drops coming in soon, or rather always being a possibility. Not having that TP can be very punishing as the tier 2 is nearing, and we don't have a Hunter's Hall on either side yet. Wait a minute.
What?
Did they forget, or is this intentional?
Didn't you learn from Neutron, Remo? He told us many times over many years. Night Elves would never forget the Hunter's Hall. The Hunter's Hall is just like Gandalf, it arrives when it's needed. But
yeah, totally. And when I lose games, it's only because of bad RNG, and I never make mistakes. So
exactly, I tweeted that to Xlord earlier that it was only because of the creeps on LR. But hey, we go for double Naga. Spiral, indeed building a Hunter's Hall now. Sonik is not.
This Naga there in quite a bit of trouble, but did get out. If Spiral had chased there for the creep jack in the north, this could have been painful, but of course he didn't know this was happening. And Sonik doubling down on his piercing damage, going for the Berserker as well. And not playing bears. Sonik is not playing bears. Neo, have you gotten the news? He's not playing bears. What the hell?
I'm following the game real closely, Remo, and my analysis of this is that he is not playing bears, or very late bears. That might be an opportunity. But man, Sonic is a lot about aggression and about damage. And yeah, talents might be a thing. Mass archers apparently a thing. This might be a very, very decisive push coming in soon. This was something that Kevin displayed as well in the qualifiers. And with the razor sharp timing, you can crush your opponent before he even gets to bears.
2 great consumables here, which helps Spiral a lot in defending this. Heal potions especially. He gets Scroll of the Beast and Mana Potion. That's very bad items. Pretty unfortunate here for Spiral. He is gonna need some help here to deal with this push soon. Sonic with the improved bows coming in, level 2.5 and 2 on his hero, so 2 across the board. That is pretty even Steven. We're still waiting for the Dryads here, but those Dryads are gonna have to be microed well, otherwise they're gonna die quickly in this focus fire.
Oh, for sure. And things are getting better for Sonic as he's clicking on the tier 3 upgrade, and the Hunter Soul is coming as well for Ultra Vision, damage upgrades, and later even Moonwell upgrades, I guess. Demon Hunter is very, very powerful for Sonic with the Boots of Kel'Thalas. And he's even stealing the Ogre Magi away. Big consumable, easy to do, even without mana burn as it seems. Mana Stone for him. Well, it's not the greatest, but you know, it's gonna be a little bit of a thunderstorm here on Last Refuge with both Nagas having so much mana to work with.
Sonic's gonna TP out the newly found restraint that Sonic sometimes displays. He's not gonna take every fight ever. Sometimes he's gonna say, live to fight another day.
But
as he did here.
But what he still didn't change is he's not rebuying that town portal. Once that scroll is read, he doesn't have to read it another time. That's too expensive. I was a little worried that I was wrong again, but it's just the info post.
Yeah, once we're at 50, we may see those TPs being rebought, but until then, probably just going to be more army production for the time being. Invis Potion on the Demon.
Ooh, sweet. And it is actually super late lore, Remo.
It's a Sonic special build. Just stay on tier 2 a bit longer and then go tier 3 with late lores. Possibly 0 Dryads. Who needs Dryads anyways?
If you have archers, right? Sure. Who needs slow and damage over time and dispel? Yeah, so Shadow Priest, there is a little bit of dispel. Okay, a little bit of a creeping fiesta. Spiral still didn't open up this mercenary camp, so this is good experience for him, getting close to level 3 Naga, who has some decent damage on her own. Okay, a little bit.
Alright, finally the Demoner is ready to get the steal.
Ooh.
Invis Potion should last long enough. It's 2 minutes, so it lasts basically forever. Oh, and this could be a big move. Is Spiral going to be aware of this possibility? Is Sonic even looking? Oh no, Sonic! No, he's getting blocked by the creeps!
Yeah, here we go, here we go, here we go! Gets the experience, not the item though. That's a Katka's pipe. And bears like to smoke that pipe for sure. And then it's a lot of regen, a lot of roar.
Oh, that was a shame for Sonic. He could have gotten both if he was paying a bit closer attention. That Archer block, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Block is amazing. Here's Reju now. Can't dispel it. Not get it. Not yet.
Oh, from the back, the Naga's coming in. The solo flanking Naga, the rest of the army is not here. So Bear for an Archer, a bit more damage done as well. Level 2 Fog Lightning here, pretty strong right now. Lots of mana here on Sonic. Oh, damn, here we go. Double kill with the next Fog Lightning coming in. No Orb of Venom yet for Sonic. That's a bit of a concern. Also the Naga in a weird position. This is all over the place right now. And yeah, fairly even exchange so far.
Yeah, Spiral salvaging this well. This could have been way worse, but oh boy, that Naga. We've seen great blocks by Spiral from the Archer before, and this Bear leaves no room for escape for the Naga. Interesting approach to backstab with her alone, but then he just abandoned her. And Spiral takes advantage of that.
Yeah, Sonic was certainly a bit overwhelmed there. He also should have definitely brought in his army from the main, but he was just focusing on those 2 heroes. Sometimes it's all your APM allows for, and that is the first serious lead in this game for one of the players. And it is going to be to Spiral, who kept the mana potion, by the way, so the Naga has plenty more Fog Lightnings to use in case of a real fight. Demon Hunter going for some items at the shop, maybe. He is super stacked, by the way. This Demon Hunter looking very strong, but Sonic himself not looking too shabby on his first hero, and he's got the level 4. And now 2 bears ready for the fight.
Okay, we're storming the high ground here, going for a Demon Hunter battle. Kind of hard to reach for the rest of the army, but they're going for interceptions. Heal ward by Sonik on the high ground makes things even harder for Spiral, and I wonder if he's overcommitting.
A good position here for Sonik. He's waiting for a second hero to come back. It's going to be a little while longer. Spiral doesn't have that much dispel to come in. Detonate from the main, getting rid of some of the rejuve here, and I think Sonik is fighting his way back. Spiral doesn't have Roar, doesn't have Mark of the Claw yet, as it seems. 1 or 2 bears going down the Zeppelin trying to save, but that Zeppelin could be sniped potentially. Remember, TP's gone on both sides, so this is really sketchy from both.
Oh man, the damage on the left-hand side is so good for Sonik. Archers, Berserker, Shadow Priest untouched, and the saves are really good for Sonik, but down to 42. Now he's taking care of the backline with 2 bears and the Demon Hunter. Looks like Spiral, despite the bad position, is able to salvage this. Gets another bear, gets level 4. Looking better and better for the German.
And now the bears are mauling again. The archers here doing a Leonardo DiCaprio cosplay. One of them after the next getting destroyed. Only a Berserker left on the high ground. Sonic 34 supply only. Doesn't seem to be able to win this anymore. But Spiral's low on his Demon Hunter. He's going to fall back. Wait for more bears. Every bear that comes in gives you double rejuve. Pretty damn nice. And Sonic somehow able to hold his own for now.
Yeah, Sonic is alive indeed. What's your obsession with Leonardo DiCaprio recently, by the way, Remo? Do you have a little bit of a crush?
It was an iconic scene. You know, The Revenant, honestly, at large parts boring, but that scene was pretty sick.
I feel you have a little bit of something for Leo. You have him as your wallpaper background right now.
I mean, you know, Titanic is the best movie of all time.
True.
As we all know. And Kate Winslet is my spirit animal. But not that much. I gotta say, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, it kind of didn't do it for me. But he has a pretty good track record outside of that. Spiral here now looking to close out this game. 5 bears in the front line looking for the victory. Sonic, though, in the defensive position, maybe the Ancient of Lore can help him out. The Moonwell's under threat as well. Supply block now at 40. This cat gets piped, by the way, for the additional mana regen. So damn nice.
Yeah, what's better than a good amount of mana? Even more mana for even more reju and even more health. Not all bears are part of this fight. The tree is helping Sonic out as well. But I guess the Demon Hunter is about to hit the deck here. Nice by Spiral to always take care of the reinforcements. There's not much regen left in the Moon Juice. The fight may be closer than it should be, but Sonic taps out and we have a winner, and the winner is Spiral.
Even gives us a G there towards the end. Sonic dropping the first map, but shows up with the manners, certainly. And yeah, I think Spiral, a lot of people were having high hopes for him, like Todd, and they were proven right.
Yeah, he really delivered here in that game. One played solid, you know. Obviously, there was you're always gonna find a few mistakes here and there in a crappy game like this where they're fighting all the time. By the way, The Revenant was a fantastic movie. Like, I cannot believe you just said it was boring, except for that like one scene with a bear fighting someone. It's like, what do you want? Bears to fight people for 90 minutes? Well, you just got that in WarCraft 3 games. Like, yeah, there's
Right.
other bears as well.
Saying it's boring is overly critical, but I didn't think it was a very good movie. It just lacked structure and like a common goal, I want to say. His other movies from, I always forget his name, but his other movies are way better from the director, I think. Do you remember Birdman? I think that's from him. Birdman was absolutely amazing.
Todd, any comments on that?
Yeah, Birdman was good, but The Revenant I really enjoyed as well. And I don't need to have like bears fighting people for 19 minutes to enjoy a movie, or to have like guns blazing like in John Wick, which is probably Remo's best movie, or favorite movie as well.
Well, you like Marvel movies a lot, so I don't know if we should be able to trust you.
I don't appreciate like action movies so much, I gotta say. So John Wick, not my favorite.
Remo always needs.
Wait, what do you like? He's criticizing everything.
I like Whiplash, you know.
We talked about that before. Yeah, Whiplash is amazing. 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri is amazing. Boy is amazing. Room. No, wait, not Boy. Room is amazing. A lot of movies I love, but some I don't love so much. For example, we could talk about Gran Torino for 2 hours, but that would take up too much time.
Around 2
As
hours.
I thought the next game was going to be hosted right away. But,
No, not yet. We have a little bit of time here, man. We can chit-chat a little. But yeah, Sonic, would you guys say this game looked like his shape in summer, or is it a little low? Because it's always so hard to estimate if he's at the top of his game or average or slightly below. I've no clue.
It's hard to tell from one map as well. Like, I feel like he did some things really well. Like, he forced the TP early. Like, going for Bear's late was really strange, for sure. But then that flank with the Naga, to be honest, it was working at first. He killed a lot of stuff. But then if you end up losing your hero level 3, obviously it's not worth it. So perhaps he should have planned the exit a little better. But that's the thing with Sonic. He doesn't really plan for the exit, you know? Like, if it's forced, sometimes he'll try and go for it. But in this case, he was too late.
Yeah. A few of the mechanics definitely were lacking there. Firstly, not being quick enough with the multitasking to get that last hit and item with the demon. Secondly, not bringing in the army quickly enough when that whole scuffle was happening around the shop. And thirdly, didn't have an orb for the longest time. He could have picked that up way earlier. Of course, it was made harder by his tech being so late, but still, he could have had the orb much earlier. And Orb of Venom, as we all know, is a huge DPS increase that he was lacking there for a long time. Also, the Zeppelin was kind of sacrificed, suicided. He got the Zeppelin, but lost it then. What he could have done is just get the Zeppelin and evacuate his entire Archer backline and reposition it at the Moonwell. So I think there were a lot of things he could have done better. But as Todd said, it's only one map. This is not going to be too telling, doesn't have to be. And there's still going to be a chance to bounce back from this for the second map, which is going to be...
Autumn Leaves.
Autumn Leaves.
Yes,
and that's Sonic's pick this time.
Exactly. Spiral won his map, so it's time for Sonic now to deliver and catch up once the admins are nice enough to host this thing. But yeah, it could be an entirely different game. If one situation in the early mid-game goes a little more favored towards Sonic, then he can take this home and we get a game 3, which I wouldn't be opposed.
Yeah, Amazonia is where things could get real crazy with maybe a Potom use. You know, it's like one of those super out of the ordinary maps compared to the rest. So I think that'd be cool to see that. But the way it's been going, you know, like I think Spiral looked very convincing. And this is building high hopes for him, in my opinion, at least in my just for me. In these tournaments, like if you look at his group, yes, Foggy is in there, but the way he's playing right now, like if he keeps it going, Spiral will maybe beat Sonic, and then I think he'd have a decent chance against Terror or against Sonic if he has to replay against him. Of course, against Foggy, it's a completely different ball game, because Foggy is an absolute beast in Mirror.
Yeah, it wasn't the Dust League, right? Where against Lola in the grand final, he showed his strategic brilliance again. Taking after his idol, Moon, as often. I was a little bit worried about Night of Mirror, like 1 month ago, when everyone, including Moon, was just playing Bears all the time, and that took away a lot from the variety, the fun that we can have in this matchup. But especially Moon and Foggy have found a way to play Potom Hunts again, or Potom Dryades, or Potom Glaives, or Potom Expo. Lots of Potom variations, even, I think, a bit of Keeper every now and then we've been seeing. But that is for the rare exceptions. Most people do prefer Demon Bears, and I think these two are going to follow that recipe on most maps. Autumn Leaves, I have a tough time guessing what it's going to be, because I really haven't seen many Night of games at all yet. Night of Mirror games on it, that is.
Yeah, it feels sometimes completely random. Like Sonic said in a post-game interview, like I'm not, like when the game starts, I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to play. I see the altar, and then I get the Moonwell, and it's time to select a hero, and sometimes it's just random. But this is what Night of Mirror feels like. Of course, certain players have some tendencies there. Some play a lot more Potom, some go for a Keeper. But yeah, it feels a little bit random. It's a little bit of a gamble as well.
Yeah. So actually, speaking of movies, since we got some time, what do you guys think about the WarCraft movie?
Bad.
Well, it's certainly not as great as this game. It's not a diplomatic choice.
I had high hopes, man. I really like that, what's it called? Director, Duncan Jones. He made Source Code, which was a really good movie, and he made...
Moon?
The science fiction movie where he's on the moon. Oh, God damn it, what's that called again?
Is it called Moon?
Is it called Moon? Is it? I think it might be, yeah.
Yes,
that
it
was
is.
That was extremely good. So one really good movie, one extremely good movie. But yeah, the WarCraft movie was pretty trash, to be honest. But they tried, you know?
Sounds like one of my series.
Your WarCraft series, you mean?
Yeah. Actually, I didn't even know the lore that well. I was like, who's Medivh? Because I'm not so much of a campaign player. I didn't play World of Warcraft, so I didn't know that much of the characters. And speaking of characters, look at this guy. Cast him in the next one.
If there's ever a next one. Yeah, they should definitely hire him. Do you think he goes like this to get groceries and stuff? I can certainly see that. He got this on this morning, took like 2 or 3 hours or something, and then just went like this.
It's not another question. I would love to just follow Sonik around for 1 or 2 days.
Oh yeah.
See what he's doing. See what's going on in the Ukraine. You know, maybe he's jumping off of a bridge or something, which did happen before. Dude, not a high bridge, just a low bridge.
It sounds so bad, man. But yeah,
that's why I clarified it, Nia. Not a high bridge, just a low
bungee
bridge.
jumping.
Just off a bridge into the river. You know, just like 6 feet or something. Just take a dip. Really? You know, it's summer. It's hot. Todd, you can appreciate this. Just sometimes you gotta cool off a bit. You know.
Well, like you shouldn't do that in the Rhine though, because the currents will literally kill you. So.
Depends.
But yeah, at a pool.
I've gone swimming there before.
In the Rhine, I guess depends.
But very close to the shore. Not trying to swim across. That would be a little sketchy.
Will you be joining us in this game, Todd?
Yes.
Good. All right, we're almost ready. There we are. Ready now, if players are. And then we'll see if we get another 2-0 here. That might be the 5th one. Or we get another game. Both players had a little bit of a break to rethink their decisions, to grab some water, grab a coffee maybe if necessary.
I think it's sometimes played down to a few details. If Sonik had been able to steal the experience from the big ogre at the bottom right and steal the pipe, imagine how this game looks for him after that. And of course, it's hard to achieve, you know, and I'm just sitting there at the casting desk, you know, saying like he could have done this better. But it's true, like just a few things going better and maybe not doing that super fancy Naga flank, which, yes, he did damage, but he ended up losing it. And we're looking at a very different game. But even his strategy was a little bit weird, going for late bears. I don't think we see that very often. Now, I wonder what's the exact reasoning. Maybe he was planning to go for something else at first and then decided somewhere along the way, he was like, okay, well, I can't do any push anymore, so I'm just going to go bears still.
Yeah, it was a little weird. Everything was a little late. The push was not too decisive. Good points there. Good map is our next one. It is Last Refuge. We have Spiral on match points. He would be facing another Night Elf. In Foggy, Sonik would be dropping down to the lower bracket where he's up against Terra, possibly. So we'll see where things go. Can't wait to see more Night Elf Mirror action, everybody. Go, go, go! Autumn leaves, Remo. Here we are.
Yes, sir. Indeed. I was wondering if perhaps we would be seeing more of a greedy expansion creep or some other sort of creep. Normally in Night Elf Mirror, you sort of leave each other alone at the beginning and creep a bit. Similar to how it is in Human Mirror. In that case, you can go for a natural creep or even a merchant creep. But not going to be the case here. Both being very conservative with the safest creep, which especially against Sonik might be the wiser thing to do. As we take a look at the first heroes. What's the chances here of a Podem, Neo?
0%. Sorry, I was a little bit late and I checked the altar before. But Spiral a little ahead. I wonder, that must be due to building positioning, I guess. The moon will a little further outside. Saves Spiral a second or two. And Sonik and his base builds, you know, it's always something very special.
Yeah, didn't he always make to use his altar way in the back so the wisp doesn't have to travel out? And then he also used to make his moonwells next to the trees, which always seemed a bit specific and not precisely optimal. Seems like perhaps he's been working on that.
If you build your altar closer to the creep camp, the hero will arrive there sooner, I guess.
That's true. I mean, if we're being completely technical, the closer you make your altar to the gold mine, the faster you're going to have your first hero out. Which is something that Hitman, for example, does a lot. Just altar way in the back because he doesn't care about the altar positioning. Just about getting that Blade Master out 1 or 2 seconds faster. But especially in Bear Mirror, when it comes to the, late game fights, having a wall at the front is usually very helpful. We didn't get exactly to late game. The game ended on map 1 at around 50 supply or so, maybe a bit less. We'll see if this time around we're gonna have a longer game.
I kind of liked that it ended before, because between the stage we were in on Last Refuge and the very late game is oftentimes like 10 minutes of a snooze fest. So
True.
I would rather go with the higher acceleration in this game, high pace, and between these two, I think the chances are pretty good that we get that again.
For the time being, though, no aggression yet. It's gonna be Spire with a more ambitious creep cap, going right away for the gold mine. Can he finish this whole camp? Oh yeah, he can. Bit of a risk. If the Demon runs across here, he's gonna have to fall back to the Moors, probably lose some of this experience. Oh my god, 13 hit points. Jeez Louise.
Yeah, not the greatest items for him with the circlet. This will all be a little easier. Check us out what Sonik is doing. Also, okay, my opponent is far away.
He didn't drop the mantle when he healed up. Todd just must have cried out in agony. Good thing he's muted.
That's probably what a lot of people think.
Zing! Okay, that was a mean one, Neo. What the hell?
It was, but I guess the people say
Where's
the
your
same.
manners, bro? Where's your manners?
Left them in, I don't know, in the closet today.
Left him in Cologne.
In a Cologne restaurant.
Yeah, with those horrible drinks. Oh my god, do you remember those drinks, dude?
Some were better than others.
Sunday evening after the Experion event. Was it Sunday or Saturday? No, it was Saturday evening. After the Experion, after the first day, we went out to get some drinks. And first we went to the Meltdown bar, and after we went to a different bar. And it was a cool bar. Nice setup, cool people, good vibe. I especially like the furniture and the lighting, everything looked nice. And then we ordered some drinks. And oh my god, were those disgusting. That was some of the worst drinks I've had in a while. And that's saying much.
Yeah.
When it's me saying that.
That's still good, clean fun, though. Always good time hanging with the boys. All right, we have a little bit of a slow game this time. Creeping Fiesta. Spyro's approaching the lab already.
You're approaching me? Are you up to date with the newest anime memes, Neo, or do you not understand that reference at all?
Dude, I have no clue what you're talking about. As so often.
That's fine. Great inventory here for Spyro. You got a great Demon Hunter items already, and this mantle is gonna be, or robe rather, great for a second hero. This is something I noticed like a couple of days ago. Almost every item for the Demon Hunter early game is good. However, now the straight for Spyro isn't so good. Gonna have to TP out and loses the Demon. No! Was not considering the mana burn too slow with the TP out, and big punish. Yeah, he got the item, but he lost the TP and the Demon. That was not a good trade for the German.
Yeah, I don't think it's normal to go for that camp, though, is it? Because that's exactly what happens, and the middle of AL is so contested most of the time. You want to be at the tavern for that Naga, obviously, and then it's so close to that camp, it's super close to that camp, and I don't know, it seems a little expectable. It was a gamble, and it was punished hard.
And now Spyro's going back into the middle, being down the hero. This is very dubious. Is he just gonna die? Yeah.
Yep.
Mana burn. Alright, GG, go next.
What is this game? Like, this Spiral, I don't know, hate Autumn Leaves, but then he could have banned it.
Yeah, honestly, if he had just stolen the item there, transferred the TP to the Naga, and then gotten out, this would have been fine. But losing the Demon Hunter, and then shortly after losing everything else, that's not so fine.
No, that's a little bit of a yikes, if you ask me. But okay, he's still somewhat fighting in this game for some reason. Sonic's going to tier 3, gets the lore up, has a well-leveled Demon Hunter. And what can Spyro say about himself? He's still tier 2, of course, lots of gold and resources pumped into this altar. And he's, I don't know, pushing?
Yeah, I mean, doesn't look like a bad time to do so. Creep up a bit more, wait for the bears, and there might be time to go. But bear production is still pretty slow here. Second lore not finished yet. If Spyro comes back from this game, by the way, it's gonna be a sick comeback. He didn't steal that, did he? Did he steal that asset?
He stole it.
Oh my god.
Okay, that's a confidence
Sniper
boost.
archers. Oh, it's a shredder push. He's making the mass archer shredder push.
This might actually still work. Like Sonic,
though.
Sonic invested into tier 3 and the lore and nothing came out of it. Heroes are really good, but army isn't really.
Problem is, Spyro has no healing here, so the Demon Hunter, once he's low, does he have a staff? Doesn't have a staff either.
Well,
He's making a shop aggressively. That's smart. Oh, look at that shredder. Shred!
That's what he's supposed to do. He just shreds things and archers and everything. Naga gotta be careful, but in the back, Demon Hunter is taking care of this HP of the archers, and I guess this Naga is very, very safe. Is Sonic going a little too Davai here just for the hero kill?
Gonna have to TP on the end. Well, he's buying a lot of time. He ran across the map, forced the opponent to follow him, and then can TP back home, can also cancel the shop. This was actually pretty smart. He bought a lot of time for himself, for the bears, which are gonna have master here in a moment.
He got that sweet regen now. Lost a couple of archers indeed, replacing them with bears now, and the clock is ticking for Spyro. That's of course a good reason why he wanted to go for that lab this early.
Oh, he shouldn't be going to that side. Killing the Ancient of War doesn't matter. He should be attacking the Ancient of Lore. That's... okay, he's gonna realize. But... I don't know, man. I'm looking at this... what's it called? The Hourglass. And the sands of time are running out, Neo. It's like the Prince of Persia over here.
Wow, haven't heard that series in a long time. But okay, Archer Concave looks good. Gets rid of the lore. Master Training is ready though.
Mana burning the bears. They still have a lot of mana left, bro. Haven't you been reading the patch notes?
Okay, takes care of the shop as well. There's no orb yet. Oh, there is on the Naga actually. Okay, and this is the time where the Shredder isn't too great anymore. There's 2-3 bears. Decent micro.
Yeah, with the roar on everything and that orb of venom, there's so much damage now on Sonic. And the bear is basically the single bit of front line, so that's gone now. And that means the Naga and Archers are gonna be exposed. Oh, Wisp Block trying his best, but it ain't enough. GG called 1-1.
Boom! There we go, and we have another 3-map series here to our hands as Sonic with very good revenge. Like this game for Spyro completely fell apart in the early mid game.
This is such a Sonic series as well. It's just like brawling all over the place. Like this thing he did, like he just sent one hero to the center to get his second hero, and then Spyro, he was doing a greedy creep. And that was the biggest mistake. He already had the item. He actually had the insane items. He's probably been able to pull back and heal. That push just would have been ridiculous with all the items that he had with the Robe of Magi on the Naga. And on the Demon, he had Claws of Attack, Claws of Haste, and Circlet. But he chose to take the fight because he saw only 2 heroes. But the thing is, his Demon had like 1 hit point. So then Sonic just targeted down the heroes and said, well, I'm going to get guaranteed 1 kill here. And then instead of killing the Naga level 1, he killed the Demon level 3. And after that... I don't know why, but I feel like it's so hard to be like, okay, I need to sit at home right now and not move out. Like, nobody wants to ever do that when they play WarCraft. You have to move out. That's why, you know, Razorman beats as many people as he does. But it was kind of the same thing here. Spiral only had 1 hero level 1 and some archers. He moved to the center and then he got punished hard for it.
Little bit of a break and then decision in the winner bracket semifinal Group B. Wow, Neo not able to do a countdown anymore, but here we are, game 3 between Sonik and Spiral, the decision. Todd, your prediction. I know you love to predict stuff on broadcasts.
I predict some bear-on-bear violence, unlike the which you guys have ever seen before.
Wow, bear-on-bear violence. That sounds intriguing, if you ask me. After a little bit of a waiting time, we have it all set up now. Let's see if it's Spiral or Sonik going for Foggy tomorrow.
Yeah, indeed, the winner here is going to be facing Foggy tomorrow. Of course, the Ukrainian Foggy, that is, will be the favorite there. Who do we think is going to have better chances against Foggy?
Really hard to say, if you ask me, because Foggy is definitely going to be the favorite against both of them. Spiral can upset every time if he's in shape, but Sonik, man, he's just super wild. I guess his Davai playstyle might surprise Foggy as well.
Players'
I'm not
forces
sure.
are under
Very
attack.
hard to say.
I feel like Foggy most of the time, though, is used to the Sonic playstyle nowadays. He's faced it so many times. Not every time, though. Thinking back, for example, to WCG, right? That was the big upset when Sonic was able to beat Foggy, and Foggy wasn't able to go to WCG, which was a bit of a shame. That must have been a big dream for him as well, as for many WarCraft players out there. But yeah, sometimes Sonic still gets in that little jab, and we'll see if it's going to be him tomorrow.
Players' forces are
Or
under
Spiral.
attack.
Yeah, this map also good for Potom and Hunts, but not for these two. We're gonna have some
Yeah.
Demon, we're gonna have some Bears, we're gonna have some Brawling.
Okay, and probably gonna be a Naga versus Naga in the middle again. And there was guaranteed action on both of these maps, so looking forward to the early moments of Tier 2. Both players sniped their opponent's wisps, so a little bit of extra experience. Sonik already moving over to the next camp without even waiting for the item on the Renegade.
A player's forces are under attack.
That's pretty interesting. It's gonna take quite a bit of damage here. He's min-maxing his creep speed really hard. Haven't quite seen this opening before. Okay. These items do matter quite a bit, by the way. Agility and damage, extremely good. So Spiral's first items here with gloves and gauntlets, really not the best, but he's hoping for better as well. Also Sonic with a mantle. And making sure he doesn't deny anything. Nicely done. Ring of protection. Alright, so pretty bad items across the board. Makes things fair.
Okay, so is this really faster?
The thing is, he can heal up now and then go out on the map again more quickly. I guess.
But Spiral doesn't really need to heal too much. It's like 200 HP and another circlet.
Yeah, the thing is also, after these camps, there's not like a really good camp you can go to next. You can try to snipe the Renegade in the corner at the Merc, but that's real risky.
I think it's a pretty cool move by Spiral to steal the circuit, because everybody knows by now how Sonic loves that on his hero, and he was close to it anyway, and he wants to have that circuit too, as we saw on Last Refuge. Just a little bit of a jab here towards Sonic.
Very even game so far. Nothing noteworthy really has happened yet. Sells the mantle. That's pretty weird, considering we're gonna have a Naga soon.
Or
And didn't wait. He didn't go for the circlet. What?
Okay. Someone powering up for another Shredder push. Because I don't see Huntress Halls. Are they both
Really?
going for a Shredder push now?
A player's forces are under attack.
That would be awesome. He's gonna go for the circlet now. Just thinking about it.
Dust.
Early game boots, by the way, not something that every Night Elf wants to play in Mirror. It's a heavy investment. Ideally, with that, you want to pick off at least one archer, maybe even two. But that has not occurred so far. And looking at the inventory, as far as stats and DPS go, Spiral's looking much better now.
Absolutely true. Remo, our dreams of a Shredder mirror have been ruined, by the way. We see Hunter's Halls on both sides. Oh, there's a little trap by Sonic. Spiral smells it though. I'm not too
It's,
sure if that surround is closed, but it's a nice little trick. It's sus.
It's definitely a bit sus, seeing no archers at the moment. I think he knows.
Probably high level Among Us player as well.
What happened to that game, by the way? It seemed like it just died.
Oh, did you see that?
Cool. He moved the wisp into the surround. Nicely done by Spiral. And then Naga pops out on the other side.
Exactly. So
That
that
was a
space
cool
where the hero usually pops out was occupied, so the building looks for another place where it can spawn the hero. I don't think I've seen that in a pro game, at least not in a long time.
Oh, the sheep! Jesus. Chasing with the boots. Boots on the Naga. Lots more cold arrow coming in. Naga should survive, but costs some moon juice. Not the most, though.
Yeah, both on even supply now. Looks pretty solid so far. Sonic with the lore, everything in time. Spiral with the lore. This might be the very, very first Bear Mirror in this series.
Attack.
Well, I mean, Last Refuge was also kind of a bear mirror, right?
Well,
A bear mirror with some extra steps.
yeah, exactly.
Oh my
I mean,
God, these
here-
items.
Here we have pretty much the same timings as well. What's up?
That's the perfect Sonic move right here.
Dive into the
I lost the
base,
creep
kill-
camps. I have worse items. Let's go.
I mean, he still has a town pole, right? At some point you have to lose it.
Use it or lose it. Oh, the Naga also about to lose her. Nice block though.
Yeah, both with really, really good body blocking throughout the entire series. Spiral started that on Last Refuge. Sonic followed it up. Oh, now the Archer's a little bit asleep on the job, and this Demon Hunter, super tanky, mana burn kill, will probably just walk his way out, even without boots, because the other one gave the boots over. That's a big one for Spiral right here.
Plus 18 stats, bro. Plus 18 stats, bro.
Yeah.
That's what made the Demon Hunter so fight ready right there.
Player's forces are under
But then he
Spiral
turned
has a million archers.
Spiral has a million archers, that is true. Tech to tier 3 now. What can he do with these archers? I mean, power creeping or pushing, both options.
Oh, did he again not drop the items to sip from the Moonwells? I didn't see that one. That would have been a lot of inefficiency.
Remo, I know you're kind of obsessed with that. Sorry you have to suffer through these moments in the game.
Yeah, I was more thinking of Todd. He must have had a heart attack if that happened.
forces are under
That's why we're not hearing from him.
That's why. Ah.
Or maybe all the Five Guys we've been eating lately. Well, actually, when we were at Five Guys, only I had the burger, which was amazing. Todd only had a milkshake because he asked to go to lunch with me, and then he was like, well, actually, I ate already, so I'm just gonna have a milkshake.
He just wanted to have your company, man.
Yeah. It was a good time. It was a sunny day in Cologne, just like it is today. I assume. I don't know, actually.
Tell them about our romantic walk.
Oh, yeah, we walked back along the riverbank. We held hands.
He was about to ask. You held
we held hands. We had a portrait made of us. You know, it was a beautiful day.
Damn, now I'm really jealous.
a player's forces are under
It could have been you, Neo. You were my first pick.
Can't have it all, man. Can't have it all. And then I had a 3-hour delay on my train instead of it. Sad.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah, that's just karma, you know?
I took the X-Lord cab, and we didn't have any kind of traffic issues at all. It was pretty good.
Good for you. I was able to watch Dust League in the train, though. That was nice. Anyway, Spiral just creeping. And it's out leveling Sonic quite a bit here.
The bears are a brewing. It's always weird, right? In these late game fights, these archers, you never know if they're going to be good or bad. Like, they can, if they remain alive, they're going to provide good DPS. But if they're in a bad position, they all just get mauled. It's going to be a little rough. So I think maybe now Spiral want to take a fight before these archers are just going to get clobbered down too easily. Hard to tell. Normally we don't see these many archers in a bear mirror.
True that, they rarely survive that long. At one point, I think you have to kill them yourself against Spiral with the blocks.
Yeah, if it's only 2 or 3, yes, but if it's that many, you can't just deny them all. It's just way too much value you're destroying.
Yeah, but you also need a front line, otherwise the bears reach them way too easy.
Yeah, he's got 3 bears and a demon.
Sounds like a great
Honestly,
story.
Sonic doesn't have more bears right now, but he's got more common.
His Demon Hunter is still level 2. His Naga still level 1. Like, levels are really an issue for Sonic, and it's really hard to creep more without giving up the shop or another position again.
Players' forces are under attack.
Yeah, in this matchup, until you are at least at 50 supply bears, the heroes just are so valuable and they do so much of the heavy lifting. I really disagree with the choice of selling stat items. I think you want to double down on your heroes as much as you can. Buy circlets, keep the gloves, keep the ring. He did keep the ring, actually, from the early game, but he sold the mantle as well, which is a great bang for your buck item on the Naga.
It's really not worth selling, I guess. I do see the appeal of like heal scrolls, especially in this matchup.
A player's forces
So I
are
can
under
see why people sell something at a certain point in the game, or one additional bear or something. But yeah, you really don't get much from a mat.
Yeah, if you're looking for a mid-game, late-game timing, selling some items, I'm fine with that, but early game, those items are so nice. Sentry Ward here, nicely spotting out what's happening. Spiral is in upkeep already. I think he's waiting for his bear reinforcements. Yes. Probably knows he has a supply lead right now. Cleared out that camp at the merchant, and this would be a good time, a really good time right now to fight for the German.
4 and 2 levels. Sonic has a heal scroll, Spiral has a heal scroll. 10 supply lead for him. Looks like a game-deciding fight for Spiral. There's an orb. There's a fight brewing. Maybe a little bit too early. No creep jack here. Just a fight in the upper left-hand side. Who's gonna face Foggy in the winner bracket fight? The winner of this fight is probably the answer.
2 rejuvs were running through right there for Spiral. Those didn't get dispelled. The one the hero did, and he's gonna force the TP out from the opponent. 1 bear gonna go down for Sonic. Oh, but the hero for Spiral! He staffed out the bear! Oh!
Pulling a Johnny
and didn't
here.
pay attention to the first hero.
Probably miscalculating a little or hoping for the RNG to like miss or give him low damage rolls. But it probably wasn't the other foot that it was a little more damage than he expected. And that opens the door for Sonic again.
Yeah, fortunately, Spiral's in a good position already. It's not as devastating as in map 2. He still has a lead. It might be a blessing in disguise. With that hero kill, Sonic may feel a little bit too secure right now, and the creep jag is going to be happening in the same position again. He gets the item, roll the major, but oh, these archers are getting caught. 3 free archer kills. There's a lot of damage missing now for Sonic, and Spiral looking for the kill, looking for the chop.
And Sonic brought us so much joy in summer, he might find himself in the lower bracket right after the first series, not able to repeat that success in a quite tough group, not gonna lie. And Spiral, this is looking hot. I was worried a tiny bit after the Demon Hunter loss, because he's a he's a player who gets easily triggered, so one big mistake or one crucial mistake can oftentimes break his game, even if he has an advantage before, but feels like he stays calm and collected. Just think, okay, guys, not the greatest move in my career, of my career, but with a Tavern Revive, I can just get back to the game. Legion Doomhorn.
Ooh, baby. Bear's only weakness basically is their low movement speed, and this now is going to help with that as well. Moving across the map with the Whisk Scout, Spiral knows this is happening on the other side as well. But Sonic's army isn't quite as big as Spiral's. Actually, do they have the same supply? No, not quite. 10 supply lead for the German. Grand Golem still up for grabs. And Spiral arrives again for the creep jack.
Yeah, I think if you ask a couple of Night Elves, they could still benefit from 2... Oh, did he steal it? He did, right? From +2 damage. And there's the item on the ground as well. What a disaster!
1 staff on cooldown. Does he have a second one? No, no second staff for Sonic. He could lose 2 bears. TP's out to save them, but still loses one of them. That's the second TP in quick succession. And Spiral now, this might just be go time.
He
Can
bought
give
a
over the
TP.
hood if he wants, but even though the demon is not too bad, and 70 supply right now, knocking on the front door.
Thank God we have the player camera here, otherwise I would be thinking that there's another player maybe, because Sonik rebuying a town ball, that never helps, but maybe with the home defender's advantage. I don't think so though. Level 4 on the Naga, it's just the hero level, so crazy, supply lead so crazy. Sonik is trying his best, but he can't reach or doesn't read the Archer backline, and that's just great damage. Hero focus doesn't work either. No mana anymore. RNGesus, are you helping? Also not too much. Level 5. Spiral.
That's it.
Exactly.
All over Red Rover. This is gonna be it. Sonic gonna drop down to the lower bracket, and Spyro making it through in the upper.
That was pretty impressive, if you ask me. Last match, super convincing.